I was looking at this comparison earlier, and it really does stop you in your tracks. You have two scenarios. On one hand, a 50-person marketing agency, glass walls, espresso machines, a huge payroll.
Hmm.
And on the other hand, a single laptop running a specific 3-agent AI system. And the claim in the guide we're covering today is that the laptop is currently outperforming the agency.
It sounds like pure science fiction, doesn't it?
Right.
Or just, massive hyperbole.
Right. But the kicker is why. It's not because the AI is doing more work or typing faster. It's because the humans involved stopped hiring for task lists and
Okay.
started hiring for autonomous outcomes.
Exactly. And that shift from tasks to outcomes, that's the entire game. It's the difference between a system that just burns cash and one that actually compounds value.
So welcome to the deep dive. Today we are unpacking a document called How to Build an AI Native Marketing Team. It's a 2026 systems guide by Max Nan. And I want to be clear, this isn't a hype episode. We aren't here to talk about how cool GPT-4 is. We are looking at the architecture of work itself.
We're looking at the plumbing?
The plumbing, exactly. So here's our roadmap. We're going to start with the core problem, why modern marketing so often feels, fine but broken. Then we'll get into that philosophical shift from tasks to outcomes.
And once we've got that down, we're going to break down the agentic squad, these 3 specific agents, the Content Flywheel, the Amplification Engine, and the Opportunity Hunter.
And finally, we'll talk about what they call the central nervous system, a tool called N8N that ties it all together. Neat. So let's start with that problem. The source material uses a phrase that I think a lot of people feel viscerally, the illusion of productivity.
Right, which is also known as the hamster wheel.
Paint that picture for us. Because if I look at a marketing team's dashboard today, most of the time the lights are green.
And that's the trap. Imagine a typical Friday. You walk around the office, the social media manager, they posted 5 times this week. Check. The ad buyer spent the budget. Check. The sales team, they made their 50 calls. Check.
Everyone is exhausted.
Everyone is exhausted. Everyone worked hard. But if you ask the CEO, did our business actually get smarter this week? The answer is almost always no.
And why is that? If all the tasks are getting done, why isn't the business getting smarter?
Fragmentation. Max Ann calls it fragmentation. You have these invisible cracks in the foundation of the business. The content team is in Google Docs. The ad team is in Meta Business Suite. Sales is over in Salesforce. None of these tools talk to each other.
So the insights are just trapped in their silos.
Totally. The social media manager might see that everyone's commenting on, say, pricing transparency. That's a gold nugget right there. But it just stays in the comment section. The ad buyer never sees it, so they keep running the same generic ads.
And the sales team never hears about it.
So they don't change their script. It's like we're mistaking motion for actual progress. The only thing connecting those departments is usually a stressed-out middle manager copy-pasting data into an email on a Friday. That is the illusion of productivity.
It's interesting. We measure success by busyness, but this suggests busyness is actually a camouflage for a broken system. So I have to ask, if everyone is busy and the metrics look okay, how do you know if you're actually broken?
It's broken if the system doesn't get smarter with every rep.
Smarter with every rep?
Yeah.
Beep. That's a terrifyingly high bar. Okay, so to fix this, the guide argues we have to change what we ask for. We have to move from tasks to outcomes.
This is the big shift. And honestly, this is where most people go wrong when they try to use AI. They get access to Claude or GPT-4, and their first instinct is, what task can I automate? Can it write this email for me?
And the source says that is a trap.
It's a massive trap because you're just automating the hamster wheel. You're making the treadmill go faster, but you aren't changing your destination. The right question, according to this guide, is what are the 3 results my marketing must deliver? Not tasks, results.
And in their case study, they collapsed everything down to just 3 things.
Yeah, it's really elegant. 1, build authority organically. 2, amplify what works with paid ads. And 3, convert that interest into sales. That's it. And once you define those 3 outcomes, you don't hire people to do tasks toward them. You build 3 specific AI agents to own them completely.
Own the outcome. That's a strong phrase.
Good.
But does assigning an outcome to an AI actually change how it behaves compared to just assigning a task?
Yes, because an outcome requires a feedback loop. A task is just a to-do list.
A task is linear, an outcome is circular. I like that. Beat. Let's get into the mechanics. I want to meet these agents. First one is the Content Flywheel. Its goal is building authority.
Right, and the goal here is repetition with feedback, but without burning out the human. We've all been there trying to post consistently on LinkedIn or X, and eventually the creative well just runs dry.
Or you just get busy with your actual work.
Exactly. So this agent solves that burnout problem by changing the human's role. In this system, you are not the writer, you're the creative director. The guide says the human commitment is only about 20 to 30 minutes a week.
That sounds suspicious. What can you actually do in 20 minutes?
You provide the spark. You're not writing polished essays. You're dropping in rough voice notes while you walk the dog. You're pasting a link to an article and saying, hey, we should disagree with this point right here.
So I'm the director, not the scriptwriter.
Precisely. And once you give it that spark, the agent goes into research mode. This part is crucial. It doesn't just hallucinate a blog post. It scans your past performance. It looks at your audience's known pain points. It checks current trends. It validates the idea before it writes a single word.
Which is something humans often skip because research is boring.
Then it moves to creation. It drafts the copy using proven frameworks, hooks, body, conclusion, and it generates the visuals. Then it just delivers it to you. Slack, WhatsApp, wherever.
And that's the approval phase.
Yep. You read it. If you like it, you hit approve. If you don't, you just reply in plain English. Make the tone less formal. Or, that joke doesn't land. You don't rewrite it. You just critique it.
I have to make a vulnerable admission here. I still wrestle with prompt drift myself. I'll start with a great idea, but then I'll spend 45 minutes just tweaking the AI's output, arguing with it about phrasing. Before I know it, I could have just written the thing myself. This workflow seems to solve that.
It's the discipline of the system.
Yeah.
But here's the magic feature. The agent listens.
Listens to what?
To the market.
What?
It tracks saves and shares and comments. It sees what actually creates traction. And, this is the systemic part, it uses that signal to refine the next batch of topic proposals. It learns what your audience likes better than you do.
So there's the compounding effect again. The system learns your audience's taste, but I have to ask, is the human really still in control here, or are we just rubber stamping the machine?
You're the director, not the actor. You decide what goes on stage.
Fair enough. So we've got the content flywheel spinning, building authority. Now we need to scale. And that brings us to agent number 2, the Amplification Engine.
This is where things get really interesting for businesses that actually want to grow. Organic reach is great for trust, but paid traffic is for speed. The problem is, most people just burn their budget by guessing.
Guessing what the ad should say.
Exactly. The Amplification Engine doesn't guess. It has a very specific trigger. It waits for a signal from the content flywheel. It only amplifies what is already resonating organically.
So it's an organic to paid pipeline?
Yes. If a post goes viral organically, that's a signal. The Amplification Engine sees that and says, okay, we have a winner. Let's pour some gasoline on this fire. But it does more than just boost the post.
What else does it do?
It runs a competitive scan. It looks at your competitors' ads and asks, what angles are they repeating? Because in advertising, repetition means profit. If your competitor's been running the same ad for 6 weeks, trust me, it's making them money.
So it finds the market meta.
It finds the meta. Then it cross-references that competitor data with your organic wins. It looks for the overlap. Where does the market opportunity meet our proven content? Then it just generates the ad copy, the hooks, the headlines, hundreds of variations.
And there was a detail in the source I found fascinating. It mentioned using real human footage to avoid that uncanny valley.
Yes, this is such a smart nuance. We've all seen those AI videos that look, slightly melted, or the voice is just off. It kills trust instantly.
So how does this agent solve that?
It uses B-roll architecture. It pulls from a library of licensed stock footage of real people in real places, offices, coffee shops, whatever. Then it overlays the AI-generated copy and hooks as text or a voiceover. It feels human, but you don't need a film crew.
Now, there's a hard rule in this section, the human in the loop rule. The agent can prepare the whole campaign, the structure, the budget, targeting, but it does not touch the ad account. A human has to press the final button.
Critical. Absolutely critical.
Why is it so critical that the agent doesn't touch the actual ad spend?
Because AI lacks context on risk. It can burn a budget on a hallucination.
That makes sense. Paid traffic is a truth machine, but it uses real money. You need a human guardrail. Beat. Okay, so we have authority, we have amplification, now we have leads coming in. This brings us to agent number 3, the opportunity hunter.
The closer. This one solves the leaky bucket problem.
Ah, the classic sales nightmare. You get a lead, you mean to follow up, you get busy, 3 days pass, and now the lead is cold.
Or you follow up, but you forget why they clicked in the first place. You send that generic, hey, just checking in, email. The Opportunity Hunter changes that. First, it centralizes everything. Webinar signups, DMs, downloads all into one database. It knows exactly how they entered your world.
Context is king here.
It is. If you downloaded a guide on AI for lawyers, the follow-up email references that specifically. It's not generic. And if the person replies, the agent adapts. It reads their reply and generates a response that actually makes sense.
It's basically running a chat in your voice.
It is. But here's the key part. Silent qualification. The agent is gauging their intent. It's not pushing for a sale right away. It's analyzing the sentiment. Is this person ready? Do they have a budget? Are they just kicking tires?
And what's the end game for this agent?
The outcome is a book's call, but only with qualified people. It either schedules the call directly or runs a quick AI pre-screen. So the human sales rep only speaks to people who are actually ready to buy.
That sounds like a dream for anyone in sales. No more discovery calls where you find out 5 minutes in that they have zero budget.
But to play devil's advocate, is there a risk of the lead feeling like they're being handled by a robot?
Not if the context is perfect. We hate irrelevant bots, not helpful ones.
That's a great distinction. If it's helpful, we don't care. Okay, we've met the squad, the Content Flywheel, the Amplification Engine, the Opportunity Hunter. But if we just install these 3 tools, aren't we just creating 3 new silos?
You hit the nail on the head. If these agents don't talk to each other, you haven't fixed the fragmentation, you've just automated it. You have faster chaos. So what's the glue? The guide calls it a central nervous system.
This is where we talk about NAN.
Define that for us really quickly.
NAN is a workflow automation tool. Think of it like digital pipes that connect different software. It's what lets Slack talk to OpenAI, and OpenAI talk to your email, and your email talk to your CRM.
So in this context, NAN is the brain.
Exactly. Without it, you just have 3 separate chatbots. With NAN, you have a flow. A signal from the content agent flows automatically to the ads agent. Leads from ads flow to the nurture agent. And this is the most important part. Feedback from sales flows back to the content strategy.
That closes the loop.
That is the loop. Imagine the Opportunity Hunter, the sales agent, notices a pattern. It sees that leads who ask about data privacy are like 80% likely to close.
A valuable insight.
Extremely. In a normal company, that insight dies in a sales rep's inbox. But in this system, grabs that data point, it tags it, high intent topic, data privacy. It then routes that tag back to the Content Flywheel.
And the Content Flywheel sees that.
And automatically adds data privacy to the topic queue for next week. It prompts the human, hey, sales are closing on privacy topics. Give me a rant about that.
And the human didn't have to hold a single meeting to convey that.
No meetings, just data flowing. This is systemic compounding. Unlike a manual team where work is often one and done, this system learns. Every single post, every lead, every objection makes the whole business smarter.
That's a profound shift. You know, I was just thinking about this. Whoa! Imagine that. You go to sleep, and while you're dreaming, the system has analyzed 1,000 interactions and woken up smarter than it was when you went to bed.
It's like stacking Lego blocks of data. You aren't rebuilding the castle every single day. You're just adding another tower.
That is, honestly, it's a little intimidating. If I'm a junior marketer listening to this right now, I'm sweating. What happens to the junior copywriter or the junior media buyer in this world?
That's the elephant in the room. The harsh truth. The role of task doer is dying. If your job is just to move data from point A to point B or write generic emails, you are in trouble.
So where do humans fit in?
We move up the stack. We become the directors. We provide the taste, the strategy, the empathy. The AI is the engine, but the human is the steering wheel. You cannot automate taste. You cannot automate why.
So the future isn't AI replacing humans. It's humans with AI systems replacing humans without them.
Precisely. It's about strategic leverage.
We've covered a massive amount of ground here, from the fragmentation problem all the way to the NAN nervous system. If someone listening wants to start this, because this feels like a huge project, where is day one?
Don't try to build the whole Death Star at once. Start with the mindset. Stop hiring for tasks.
So not, I need an email writer.
Wrong. It's, I need an authority engine, or I need a sales conversion system. Define the 3 outcomes your business must have. If you can clearly define the outcome, the tool will appear. If you can't define the outcome, no amount of AI is going to save you.
Map the flow first, automate second.
Always.
That's the challenge for this week. Look at your team. Are they doing tasks or are they owning outcomes? The answer might tell you why you're so tired.
And why your dashboard is green, but your bank account isn't.
Ouch. On that note, thanks for diving deep with us.
Always a pleasure.
We'll see you on the next one.